So you want to know if Assassin's Creed Valhalla is up to the hype and worth your buy? Well, stay tuned and I'll let you know my thoughts, what I think about it, some little history of it, and my final score of it. Stay tuned. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla was something that I personally was very much excited for when I heard about it, and the closer it got to actually coming out and being something that I could play, it was very exciting. It was being hyped up a lot, and it was good. It looked good. The whole Viking raiding, pillaging, all that stuff, it sounded really awesome. What I didn't think about was how exactly do Vikings become assassins? They're all about drinking and, well, making things, making people hurt, pillaging, being loud, being crazy, and it's kind of what this game does. Now, don't get me wrong, me saying that does not mean that I dislike this game. It's quite the opposite. I absolutely love this game. There's a lot going for it. A lot of really good things going for it. It's a really good story that I like. You can play as either way you're Eivor. You can play as a female or a male. Personally, I think the male voice acting is a lot better than the female. You also have the option of letting the animus choose whether you're going to be the male or female in certain parts. I went with male, but you can choose that on the fly. Now, you also have the spectre, which is huge. It goes off of constellations. Each area can give you a new trick that you can do, a new, not spell, but a new talent. And you can go different ways. You can go the route of being a complete stealth Viking, and be a Viking that goes around being trying to be as assassin-y as he can be. You can go with the ranged, where your bow is going to be more of your best friend, and you're going to be able to do more damage that way, and combine it into what my personal favorite is, the melee tree or the brutality tree, which is going to be red. They're color coded. Stealth is like a goldish orange, which is represented by the raven. You have the blue, and then you have the red, and the red is the bear. Quite honest, blue, don't remember exactly what it is because I don't get too much into that one. But the nice thing about it is that the points that you get as you level up, you can level up from various things, from going as far as doing mystery quests that you find along the way in this very open world game, to doing main mission quests, to playing dice, to pretty much flighting, which is fighting with words, which is very important to get because you can, in later on, use charisma that you get from that. I personally went with the bear tree, but I also dipped a lot into the assassin tree and the range tree. Pretty much, lo and behold, you can go for everything. Now, there is armor in this game. Unlike the predecessor of the game, the armor doesn't really have stacking value per se. You have armor that you can get that is either aligns with the bear, the raven, or the hunter, pretty much. And by doing this, it'll give you more stats for what you're going for. Each armor set is just that. There's armor sets. While you're going around in the map, you're going to find different gold icons. Some of them are going to be wealth. Some of them are going to be legendary items, which is where you're going to find your sets. And being in that area, you're going to be able to find more of the set that you want. Now, each set is to each their own. If you got the pretty much the ultimate edition. You get the Berserker set. I used that for the longest time. That's a bear. But I ended up using what I'm using now. It's different, but each set gives you different stats, different bonuses, and you can put runes in them. You can upgrade your gear by getting items in the raids that you do, the pillaging that you do. While you're on your boat, you'll find monasteries and camps that you can raid with your fellow Vikings. You can go on a true Vikinger battle, not battle royale, but battle, and go out and pretty much just ransack the whole place and leave and get everything that you're looking for there. I think they do this very well. The Viking aspect, feeling like a Viking, no holds barred, just going out, using any type of weapons you want. You want to use 2 one-handers. You want to get the talent that allows you to use 2 two-handers. You want to use a 2-hander and a shield like what I'm using. You can do that, and it's completely up to you how you play the game. You play it to your style. Now, the interesting part. The game is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'll reiterate that. Assassin's Creed. The game has come a long way since the original, where in that game you were pretty much, you were the assassin. You were being taught, you were being mentored, and as you move on, you would synchronize, where you've known synchronizing now opens up in the open world. It opens up certain places, things that you might not see. Pretty much opens up the fog of war that you have on the map. In the first one, it would give you clues to the people that you're trying to assassinate, and then you would set up the perfect assassination and get the person you're going for. With Assassin's Creed, they have come a long way from that. And I feel like they're branching out just to any type of game that they can, or style or genre that they can, and just throw in Templars and the ability to assassinate. I don't feel like the Assassin's Creed that we know and that we loved is still a thing. Do I think that this game is amazing? Or should I say very good? Yes, I do actually. I think it is very good. By itself, if it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game, I would be in love with it even more. But the fact that it does say Assassin's Creed, it feels like they're going away what they originally went for. They were trying to throw history in the Assassins and the Templars, and they're trying to do all that. And it feels like they got farther and farther away. Would I personally say that this is the best one since then, like with Odyssey and Origins and such? I'd say it's up there. I would definitely say it's up there. Visually, the game is absolutely beautiful. The game is set to the pace that you want to play. You start off in Norway, you go to England, you make a settlement, your settlement expands. The game is beautiful. You have romance options if you're really interested in that. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, well, whatever you want to do, you do it. There are choices in the game that will affect you later on, some not so much, some very much so, depending on what part of the game you're on. And it all just comes down to what you're doing. And you do still have your bird that you call on. It's a raven this time. And Eivor is he's a Viking. It's just that. He is someone who is angry and just wants to live up to his code that he has. He wants to live up to his promise to his brother, Sigurd, who you will see in the game. As the game goes on, you notice more and more that the game really isn't an Assassin's Creed game per se. There's a lot that kind of is, but there's a lot that kind of isn't. It's really hard to say. Assassin's Creed is getting very close to the end of what they are trying to get to. In fact, if they ended it on Valhalla and then made games that are like Assassin's Creed, just with a different title, I'd say great, go for it. But I don't know how much more they can milk out of the Assassin's Creed title. Now, the game runs really well. Mechanics are very good. There are bugs, of course, like any game. Are there things that happen that shouldn't happen? Ubisoft is still being plagued by not being able to save or having saves corrupted, unfortunately. But they are saying that they're working on that. That's also being affected by Watch Dogs Legion, as I said in my last review. But really, I do think that this game is I like it. I like it a lot. Like I said, if they ended it like this, the Assassin's Creed franchise, I'd be for it. So if I was to give this a rating, I would give it a rating of 8.5 out of 10. That's going to be my rating for it. If you guys enjoyed this review, my twisted take on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and stay tuned for more. And I'll see you guys next time.